Hey, I'm Owen.
I'm Collin.
We're from TC Blitzball.
Today we are going to be talking about recapping the draft that just happened and talking about the free agent signings that each team signed, and then preview each team for the 2025 season and talk about some behind the scenes struggles of the league. And then we'll finish it off with a little game.
All right, start off with the draft.
Yeah. I think
Recent draft.
I think it went well for all three teams in a different way each.
Oh, for sure. I mean, every team definitely has their strength and definitely their weaknesses. I mean, on paper, there's definitely teams that are stronger than others, but when you kind of dive deeper into them and look at all the other factors that are going to go into what's going to make a team, you can kind of tell that it's going to be a real tight season.
Yeah. I mean, you got Leon's team, who on paper I'd say is by far the best team
Oh yeah, for
of
sure. I
all of
mean, they I
them.
think all of their players are were all in the top 10 draft rankings,
Yeah. And then
and
you got
pre-free agency, they had zero. They had zero rookies pre-free agency.
hmm and then you've got Owen's team, who is easily gonna be the most available team and probably the most consistent team out there.
Yeah, and my team has the most rookies and probably the most room to improve. And also, my team so far through the times we've scheduled has been able to show up 9 out of the 10 times. There's
Yeah.
not been times though.
And then the Scorpions, kind of a blend of the two. Like not as good skill, but still pretty skilled, and not as available and consistent, but still available.
So Leon's team is on top of the skill, but on the lowest end of the availability. My
Yeah.
team is on the lowest end of the skill, but the top end of the availability. And Colin is in second for both of them.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in like the struggles segment later with Leon's
Yeah, and
team.
like kind of more in detail.
But first, let's talk about the free agent signings. We can announce those.
We
So
can
the
absolutely.
four free agents.
So yeah, so there are four free agents that were in the draft. So obviously, one team is going to get two of them.
Yeah,
Let's start off with I don't even
start off with
care.
Luke.
Sure to Luke. Luke probably like the one of the top free agents.
Luke is the one who was actually in the draft, and you saw in the video that he had interest from all three teams.
He did. He did. I think the reason he went undrafted is because nobody wanted to take a chance on his availability. Although he doesn't have much to do in the summer, he's one of those guys that he'll find something to do. So like if you're not on it like a week in advance, he's gonna have something to do.
hmm Yeah, I
So
agree.
and we've never really seen him play, so we're not nobody really was really wanting to take a chance on the draft. So we just decided. So everybody kind of just said, "We'll let him go in free agency and let him shake out."
And I think originally, a little blooper in the draft. Leon didn't know that Leo was still on the board when he had his eighth pick. So in his first take, he drafted Luke. But then
And
he,
then wait, and there's more.
yeah,
Then after that, I went ahead and took Leo, but then Leon said, "Wait, Leo was there." So then we let him go back and take Leo just because it was Luke or Cooper. So
and then I think Owen actually ended up getting a higher value player in Cooper with that next
yeah,
pick.
I did.
So it all kind of worked out for the Lumberjacks there.
I think it worked out for both teams
Yeah,
because in the end, we'll announce the his signing right now. Colin, where'd he go?
he had offers from all three teams, but eventually he signed with the Blizzard.
So end up right back where he was at the beginning. So
Yep.
it's a win-win there for Leon.
hmm Got both the guys he wanted.
The next free agent that is on the list is Lincoln. He is probably one of Luke's close friends. And where did he end up going?
Oh yeah, he had offers from one team and one team only, and that was my Scorpions.
And he did go ahead and accept the offer. So he's a Scorpion for the season.
He is a Scorpion, and
Yeah,
I think that's a good pickup for me.
yeah, for sure. He's not one of the
He's
players you've seen play Blissful, but he's a great athlete. He's
he's a
fast. He
real
plays soccer. So
real athletic guy. So
it's a great pickup. And then the
mhm.
one team we haven't mentioned yet, the Lumberjacks. We went ahead and picked up Isaac, who also had an offer from the Scorpions, and it seemed as though in the start of the free agency day, Isaac was going to choose the Scorpions. But during math class, Owen did go ahead and make a really good bid on Isaac, and Isaac went ahead and signed with the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that is a guy who I really wanted there.
He went with the right team. There was one more free agent,
And that was Carson.
Carson. our 11-year-old
He,
prodigy from the Blitzball Ice
he
video.
he's the youngest player in the league. You saw him in Blitzball and Ice, like Owen just mentioned, and
Uh,
he.
he had offers, I think offers from all three teams actually.
I don't think I ended up giving him a offer completely,
You
but
just come to my team.
yeah. What?
Yeah, in the text.
Oh yeah, I did say that. So yeah, he did have offers from all three teams, I guess.
Maybe not serious ones though.
Yeah, mine wasn't completely serious, but I would love to have him on my team, just more depth.
Yeah, mine was serious. He definitely had offers from the Lumberjacks and the Blizzard, and probably just a trade bait offer from the Scorpions.
Yeah.
And
So
where did he end up going?
he ended up going to the Blizzard, so that will
Third.
round out that Blizzard roster.
Yeah, a team that definitely needs Carson. All he has in the summer is hockey. I'm not a stalker. He's my brother, so I do know that.
Yeah.
Uh, he'll be pretty available for them.
hmm
So that's one of the things
That's
they
the
need.
free agent signings. So I
That's
think
that's kind of all she wrote.
I think each team kind of like got their needs that they needed from those signings.
Absolutely,
Like my team needed just one more guy who could step in there,
and
hit some
pitch the ball.
balls.
And you got 2 to 3 of those.
Yeah.
You definitely had yourself a draft in that category.
hmm Should we preview each team now, real quick?
I think we should. We'll go ahead and start with the Scorpions. There's on the top of the list.
Yeah.
The
Um,
Scorpions. I'll go ahead and introduce them just because it's Colin's team and I don't want him to glaze himself too much. So, Collins, he's the captain of the Scorpions, obviously third ranked player in the league. He was able to draft Will W., Eli, Jonah, and then free agent signings. Lincoln, Will W. was ranked fifth on our draft rankings. Eli, who didn't really play much, didn't play at all actually last year, so he was not on the rankings. And then Jonah, who was 10th, but he had an injury, so kind of just a fill-in player. And then Lincoln, who also did not play last year. So he's got 3 of his 5 players are ranked, 2 of them in the top 5. I'm thinking it's going to be a solid team. What's your
I
take,
think
Colin?
I think the top of the team is really strong with me and Will there at the
Absolutely.
top. And then you've got a piece like Jonah who you don't really know is gonna he could just not have a great season, but he could also, since he does play baseball and he can throw relatively hard, you never know what he can break out with a blitz ball.
Absolutely. I think I think the top end is really high and the low end is not too low.
hmm And I'd say
Does
this is kind of a team with a high ceiling and just like a floor that's pretty
not too
high
low.
too. So
Yeah. All right, on to the Blizzard, captained by the second ranked Leon. He was able to pick up in the draft Drew, Noah, and Leo, and then free agent signings of Luke and Carson. So again, a very good draft from him. He was able to obviously with himself, and then he was also able to pick up another top 5 player in Drew, and then a sixth ranked player of Noah. So a very similar top end to Collins' team. However, he just had one extra player in the top 5.
mhm.
So, and then obviously there's other player of Leo who's ranked, I think eighth or ninth,
Yeah, I
and then
believe he's
Luke and
eighth.
Carson both who we haven't really seen much of.
They're
We're
gonna
gonna say,
try and put together some strong rookie campaigns there.
yeah,
I think the big thing with this team that we got to highlight is the fact that before the draft, Owen and I were really talking and
no, in fact,
emphasizing.
I know you're gonna say this. You're gonna say exactly what I said, but me and Colin, even in the call with Leon pre-draft, we said this.
Yeah, we said we have to split up Drew, Noah, and Leo on different teams because before the draft, we kind of just knew that they were going to be the three busiest players
Are the 3 that we're
in the
not gonna be able to
league.
show up the
So
most.
we kind of said that, and Leon ended up drafting all three of them.
And he, after about the first 2 days of trying to schedule games, he pretty much already gave up on his team. He was like, my team's never gonna be able to play.
Yeah, and I think we
So
do have a little
that's where the
behind.
pickups of Luke and Carson come in. Just for more information.
Yeah, we have a little bit of behind the scenes. There is a little trade request that Owen sent Leon. We don't really have an answer yet, but
I think he probably forgot about it.
you might have forgotten about it. Should we just say what the
Yeah, you can
trade?
say that.
So Leon would receive Christopher, who was uh Owen's first round pick. for the Lumberjacks, and the Lumberjacks would acquire Drew, which, yeah, that'd be a good pickup for the
For
Lumberjacks,
both
just because
teams,
Drew's
honestly.
both teams it would be a good pickup because like for the Lumberjacks it's a good pickup because Drew is the number 4 ranked player in the league. He's a high end player. He's gonna bring you when he comes. He's gonna bring you stuff to the field. The problem is when he comes to the field. When's he gonna come? And that is going to be a huge problem for Drew this year. And
And
that is why if Leon needs somebody who's going to come more, I think Christopher is more of a guy who's going to be able to show up more. He's going to want to show up more, maybe even.
the thing is
And
with Christopher, he's actually going to play well. He's not just going to be a guy who I need him because he's going to show up. He's a guy who I need him because he'll show up and he'll play well.
mhm, yeah,
It's
I
kind
think
of every
that
team.
let's just talk about the lower 2 free agents of the Blizzard real quick. Luke is a guy who does have a little baseball experience. He's not
Just a
going to
little bit.
be he's not going to be terrible, but it's kind of a question like can he have a breakout season? Because he's an athletic guy. He so you don't know. I mean, there could be a lot in store in that player right there.
Absolutely.
And then Carson, you saw him on Blitzball Nice. He had a home run, the only home run. So
Yeah.
he's the youngest, but what can he bring to the table for the Blizzard?
Well,
Could
he
be
had
a
a
lot.
couple of strikeouts in there too. So
And we also did like a little practice like a week ago, and Carson was hitting pretty solid, pitching pretty solid.
he
So
can honestly throw harder than I expected.
yeah, he can.
He can. He can hit the
Moving
ball
on.
if he needs to, and the pitch isn't too hard where he will duck and run out the way. But
Moving on to the final team,
Lumberjack, you're going to introduce this one.
Owen's Lumberjacks. That is a team that consists of Owen, the captain, his first round pick, Christopher, who's still on the team at this moment. And then behind that, it is Cooper, it is Will M, and it is Isaac. So I think there's 2 guys who are really similar on this team. And I think even though one of them was drafted higher and one of them was drafted lower, I think they're actually going to have a similar season. And that's Cooper and Christopher. I think those are 2 solid guys who are going to be in the lineup and they're not going to be terrible. And that's what you really need for a team 2 guys who can be consistent. And Cooper and Christopher both play baseball. They're both good baseball players. They're both good athletes. So that's kind of what you want on a blitzball team.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more thing to add on them. I know we're talking about availability. Christopher and Cooper, Cooper only plays rec baseball, so he has practice 2 days a week, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
And
he
that
is.
with Christopher, he's also playing baseball, but I think it's the only sport he's playing in the summer. So he's also going to be quite available when he doesn't have baseball. So
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sure there's gonna be some football things because Christopher does play
yeah, I
football.
forgot he does play football. So
But
that'll be another thing we have to avoid for him.
yeah, but I think overall that's good. Then you got Will M, who I think is a serious rookie of the year contender
Oh,
here this
absolutely,
year.
absolutely.
I think he could really make a run for it. He is always wanting to show up. He just texted me about an hour ago saying, "When are we playing our next blitzball game?"
He texted me as well.
And he actually kind of helped us start to think, oh, let's maybe schedule one for this coming week. 65 degrees in Minnesota.
And keep in mind, it snowed 2 days ago.
Yeah, it did snow. It snowed like 2 feet.
Yeah, it was schools were canceled,
Yeah,
and in Minnesota that is hard to do. I know in the South, if you guys get 2 inches of snow, you get school canceled. It takes
it's
if the
incredible.
car can't drive through the snow, then you'll cancel it. If cars can drive on the road while moving at a decent speed, school's not canceled.
It's incredible. South, such
Weak people.
weak people. Anyway, then you've got Isaac to round out the team, who you haven't seen any of him, but he's a really tall guy. He's very tall.
Yeah.
And if you want me to kind of paint a picture of what Isaac will be like, I think I could make a comparison like kind of a Noah with a lower ceiling. Because Isaac is a guy who's not going to hit for too much contact, but when he makes contact, it can go really far. And that's kind of what like Noah. And Isaac's also a guy who has some solid pitches. We were experimenting with his slider the other day.
Oh
Just the
yeah.
main question is the same as Noah's big question. Can he locate it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
I think it's my whole team, right?
Yeah, I think that's your whole team. Do you have anything else to add? about your team?
I don't. Just closing comments. Isaac, he'll be a player I'll be able to develop. Same with Will.
Isaac is currently on IR.
He's on IR. He did sprain his wrist, so
So that is something I believe he probably will not be available for the opening day game if we do get it in this Friday.
he probably will not, unfortunately.
All right. Next up is kind of a topic we haven't really talked about much. Do you want to introduce it? Your own?
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of just like the behind the scenes struggles. You know, it's kind of everything at this point.
Yeah. Making a blitzball league like this isn't just easy.
You need to find at least 10 people who all had super easy schedules and who all are really wanting to play.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem with a guy like Drew. Like, we want him to play, and he played well in the tournament last year, but he's really, really busy with baseball.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of just that kind of stuff. It's who is going to be more dedicated coming to play, like trying to make room around their schedule, or there's going to be some people, like, I won't name names, but there's people in our league right now who are a lot less dedicated.
Yeah.
So that's kind of you just kind of got to, as people like me and Owen and kind of Leon too, just got to kind of work around that, encourage people to show up like once at least. And
We just
then
have to do
once
as
they
much
show
as we
up
can.
once, maybe they'll want to show up more.
And I think what we've all kind of agreed on is that once they show up once, they'll want to show up again. It's
Yeah.
exactly what happened last year with Will and Noah and Christopher and kind of everybody that played with us a couple games last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Will didn't seem like a guy. He was just kind of in the league. He was on our expansion team, you could call it. We had to do a redraft because we were adding expansion teams, and he was on that team. When we first kind of created the league, we didn't really expect him to be one of the guys that shows up much. Currently, he's probably our fourth or fifth guy who shows up,
Yeah,
and he's also a really talented baseball and blitzball player.
absolutely.
All right, do we have more to add on about that?
It's
I mean,
kind of all I got.
I can talk a little bit about the editing. Uh, Editing is hard. It's harder
I
than
think
you.
it takes time.
It takes. It's not exactly hard because once you get in a rhythm, like it's not hard. It's just really time consuming, especially when you're putting like the scoreboard up there and stuff on the
Yeah,
games. It's gonna takes a while, but that's just the dedication thing again.
I've only tried to edit a couple of videos, not even games. I have 0 games under my belt. I do mostly shorts, and even shorts just they take energy.
All right, are we ready for the game already?
I'm ready. We're ready.
All right, before we get into this game, I just want to say we did recently get the results a couple weeks ago from the official Blitzball leagues, and we did a couple weeks ago also get our package from Blitzball with a lot of balls and a couple bats.
Yeah,
And I
we did.
just want to say thank you to all the guys at Blitzball, Aaron, and it means a lot to be an official league.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, there are quite a few teams who are official league. So for the game today, Owen, we're going to start off with tier 1. We're going to make our way down. And I want to see how many of the official leagues you can name.
All right.
So starting with tier 1, there are 4. Can you name those
Okay.
4?
I know for sure it's Como,
Como, for sure.
Gainesville,
Gainesville, for sure.
Swisher.
Swisher.
The last one is tough.
And by the way, if you get one wrong, you're done.
Okay. All right. Oh
You
boy.
can't
There's a
fail
lot.
on
Okay.
first round.
Most people would say Bombers, but I know Bombers is 2. Bombers is 2. I know that for sure. It's a league you wouldn't think of much. I know that. I feel like it was one that's in the World Series. I'm trying to think of teams that were in the World Series. I know they're in the World Series.
Definitely in the World Series.
KCBL.
Yeah, there you go. KCBL is the last of the 4 big boys. Tier 2. This one's going to be harder. I bet you could get at least 3.
Bombers.
Bombers.
Montezuma.
Montezuma. Shout out to the guys at Montezuma.
Oh, yeah. How many are there?
There are 7. 6. 6, only 6.
6. Okay. And that's all I know for sure at the moment. How many do I get wrong?
Actually, I'll give you 3 strikes
3 strikes in tier 2 or for the rest of the.
for the rest of the thing.
Okay. I'm just thinking of World Series. Let's see. How about like Murata?
Murata is there.
Nice.
We've got 3. Halfway.
I'm going through this year now. Oh, Stompers?
Stompers is on there. That's a good pull. I'd say a good way to think of this is how I would think of it, is just think of those contest videos. Who submitted those?
Oh. I can picture the logo in my head. It's like a T or something. It's like TN Blitzball or something.
TN Blitzball. What is TN?
Oh, Tennessee Blitzball.
Yeah, Tennessee Blitzball. There
Tennessee
you go.
Blitzball.
You're missing one. I'd say this isn't like the hardest about all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You said think back to the Blitzball. Were these guys to have a submission?
Yeah, they definitely had a submission.
They did.
Pretty sure.
Okay, I know Trey Dog had one. I know Sand Mountain, I think, had one. Douglas had one. Backyard Blitzball League had one. Backyard Blitzball League?
And that is strike number 1.
Dang it. How about Douglas?
There you go. Douglas.
Oh, bang. Okay, that's tier 1 and 2.
That's tier 1 and 2. Tier 3.
Okay, so I know.
You should get one of these for sure.
I know TC.
TC.
And I know Sand Mountain.
Sand Mountain.
Is it Backyard or they call themselves Denver Blitzball League?
Denver. That's 3.
Denver. There's
and
3. How many are there?
There are 10.
10?
Oh, it might be more than 10. There's 11.
Jesus. Okay, 10 excluding us. How about Winnipeg Blitzball?
Winnipeg Blitzball. Is that like WPG?
Yeah, that would be them.
Yeah. All right, there we go. That's 4.
How about like a Danville?
Oh yeah, Danville. There you go. That's probably the best league of all these 5.
Did any of these other guys have a submission?
Yeah, I really recognize one of them.
How about that one? Is it like I don't even remember what they are, but it's like 5 letters. It's like 6 letters.
Yeah.
It's something.
The one that's like Lorenzo said to subscribe.
Yeah, exactly that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like N something BL, something like that.
Yes, you're right.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's something. It's that, just a few letters in between.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my first hint. Can I get the second letter?
It is S.
NSNBL.
There you go. NSNBL. You're at 6.
Okay, with 1 strike, I have 2 strikes remaining.
Mm-hmm. The rest of these are tough. One of them starts with a U.
UBL.
UBL. There we go. 7.
I have watched a couple of their videos. They're actually pretty good. They got some good pitch and good hit. Gee whiz. Is Oakleaf on there or is Oakleaf gone now that they're not a league anymore?
Yeah. Oh, they're the OGs.
Yeah.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
One of these leagues' abbreviations is another way of saying all right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Blitzball. And you're down to 3.
I do need another hint.
All right. One of these sounds kind of like a college where really smart people go.
What the heck? Harvard.
Harvard is the college.
Oh.
The league is
Harvard.
There we go. Hartford.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah. Not Hardbird.
Hardbird.
All right, we're down to 2. I apologize. I've never heard of either of these leagues. One of them is basically like, it's 4 letters, and it's basically like the abbreviation for the league that players play in when they are in college and they're playing the game that Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes have played.
CFBL.
Basically.
CFB. Oh, CFBA, CFBB, CFB.
CFBB. Here we go.
Oh, bang! There it is.
CFBB. It's probably something Blitzball.
Oh, I bet.
So the
Okay,
last
last
one.
one. One more to go.
It starts with a G.
A G.
A G. 3 letters.
GBL.
Nope.
Did they submit a video?
Maybe. I recognize it. Let me search
You
up this league real quick.
Search with a G. I still have 2 strikes, right? Oh no, I have 1.
You're down to 1, please. Oh, they have 742 subscribers.
Also, it's a league I should know.
And they did submit a video.
It's a league I should know. Give me just give me another letter.
GS.
Is it GSC?
Yeah, it is GSC.
There it is.
There it is.
Is that it? Is that all of them?
That's all of them.
Dude, that's actually crazy.
And we are one of those.
We are one of them.
How's that feel?
There's not many, but we are one.
Yeah, I believe, 11?
Something like
Plus
that.
4, 15. 15 plus 6, 21.
1 of 21.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh. Is that a wrap?
It's a wrap. It's all she wrote.
Oh, real quick, I got to mention. How about Sam Darnold to the Seahawks?
Sammy D to the Seahawks. Cam Bynum to the Colts, too.
No, really?
Yeah, I think so. He agreed to terms.
Oh.
That doesn't mean he signed there. That just means he agreed to terms.
Gosh. I like Cam Bynum. Well, that is it for this podcast.
That's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. So, we will see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see, guys.
We'll see you.
Goodbye.